Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Football Heritage TV. Do not adjust your YouTube channel. I'm Perchy. Savva is not here right now because I've been told I have to do a grovelling apology. And I do. Because last week I gave it the big one. I walked in with my funky sunglasses on to show like this, going, guys, Eze, Savio, they're gonna get done. My chairman. And in the space of a week, my chairman has not done very well, has he? Guys, before Savva comes in, like, subscribe, you know the drill. I have to apologize, don't I? I got it horribly wrong. And I can only apologize. Daniel Levy has proven it that he can't get things done. Savva's going to come on in 3, 2, 1. Savva!
I was just going to mug you off a little bit. Yeah. Good evening. How are we all? Before we start, please, anyone that would like quality replica shirts, please don't forget our brand new sponsors on the channel, okjersey.com. Roughly £15, and they're good quality shirts. They are replicas, but you can get some really good retro shirts. A couple of my mates the other day ordered like a Jamaica international shirt. Somebody ordered a Real Madrid away kit. It's all been going off. So please, if you would like more information, please go either scan the QR code, go on to the website okjersey.com, and if it asks you for a discount code, just type in the word Savva. How are you, Perchy? How are you other than being massively in that mud?
Hey, listen, I don't mind it. I have fantastic skin. It's because I'm in the mud all the time. It's beautiful. Look, I'm good, mate. Look, I always start this show because it's quite good. When me and you have a 1 week show, there's so much. We never seem to have a week where we go, God, not much has really happened with Tottenham. Everything seems to happen, but nothing seems to happen in a good way. It's always like there's drama, but nothing really happens in the end. Like, so last week we were sitting there going, Eze, deals are getting done here. We're going to get Eze. He's going to play against Man City. I was adamant he was going to play against Man City. And no word of a lie, in 48 hours, it's here we go to Arsenal. You couldn't make it up. It was that funny. Like, you know how angry I was because I really wanted Eze. Like, I think we all did. I think that's why, if it was somebody else, I kind of would have just gone, it is what it is, we move on. But I think it's that player that we all sat there and went, we want him, we need him. But what I love about this football club is all that heartbreak of not getting Eze, and then we go to the Etihad, and I'm going to say it, that's the best performance I've seen Tottenham play as a footballing perspective. I know we've had bigger results and we've had bigger wins against bigger teams at times, but on a footballing perspective, that was one of the best performances I've seen us in a decade, maybe even more. Like, that was a performance that I would have expected when we were in our pomp with Pochettino. That was a sort of, you go to a big team and you go, do you know what? Who cares if it's Man United in their pomp or Man City or Chelsea? I fancy us going there. We went there and I thought we were fantastic. I know we're going to go more deeper into it and maybe talk further on in the sense of transfers because we've got 1 week left. But look, I was so excited by that result.
Yeah, look, by the way, for anyone that is wondering, I'm going to do this off the top of my head, 6 days, 22 hours and 47 minutes of the transfer window to go. As of 5 p.m. today, it was exactly 7 days. Exactly. And now we're into that 7th day. We are into it. So there are now less than 7 days of this transfer window left. Do you know what? Somebody messaged me earlier, Perchy, and they said, Savva, I'm getting really bored of your clickbait titles. They're so dramatic. Things like panic, things like shambles. And I'm sitting there going, is that clickbait? Like, aren't we in a panic? Aren't we a bit of a shambles because I don't know if you know this, Perchy. You probably should because you're in the group with me. I posted this earlier. Of the 20-man squad at the weekend, we know Vuskovic was in that squad and he's going out on loan, right? So that takes us down to 19, that 19-man squad, right? You bring back a Dogi because he's not far away from fitness. That's 20. You've got Austin, who's not there as well. That's 21. And then you've got Takai, who'll be back soon. That's 22. That's assuming that Basuma, Solomon, and Brian Hill all leave the club, right?
Yes.
We have a 22-man squad. Unless I'm missing anyone. By the way, Madison, Kulu, Dragashin are not back this year, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a 22-man squad, right? That can't be right for a team, and that is piss poor planning, isn't it?
Look, I agree, and I think that's the frustrating part about it because you look at the good things that are happening at our club at the moment, and then you think, why are we allowing this to happen like that? And you're right. Do you know what? I wouldn't even be against at this point. If, for example, players like, Madison, those three players you named, Madison, Kulu, and Dragshin aren't available. Why are we not even going out there trying to get 6-month loans, half a season loans, going, do you know what? We know these players aren't going to be available. Let's get a couple of loan players in for 6 months. That may not be the big name, but equally not the Timo Werner level, like somewhere in that middle. It doesn't have to be the biggest, doesn't even have to come from a big football team. But if, for example, let's just say Crystal Palace, Harvey Elliott, if you could get Harvey Elliott for 6 months on loan, that you can just go, do you know what? We're going to give you enough game time whilst you play. Then Liverpool will want you back, blah, blah, blah. What we seem to have a worry about, and I've noticed this with Spurs fans, is, oh, well, we get him in on loan, but there's no option or obligation to buy. Look, I don't think we need to wait. You could go to Barcelona, and I'm not sitting here saying you go and get the top players, but you could go to Barcelona from a centre-half that isn't getting game time and go, surely one of them, I'm just using Barca. It could be Real Madrid. It could be Bayern. Anyone. And you go,
who's struggling for game time because somebody's been signed at that club?
Yeah, you're struggling for game time at your club because you're sat on the bench or your fourth choice centre-half. We need a centre-half for now, but we're not worried long-term about keeping you. There doesn't even have to be any option or obligations to buy. We have an issue at the moment because we're missing a Madison. We're missing Kulu, missing Dragshin, and we just need someone to fill the gap when they get back. And then after, we fix it. We don't even seem to do the sort of short term right. We kind of do the sort of, our short terms are never as normal like other football clubs. It's very odd for me.
No, I'm pretty sure the window shuts at 5 p.m. if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. If it isn't, then I've been getting my math wrong all summer, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. on the Monday. I'm sure somebody can Google and have a look. But I think it is 5 p.m. this time next week. Look, it is. Oh, it is 7 p.m.
It is 7 p.m. I've just checked it.
Oh, my gosh. Then I have done Spurs dirty. We have 7 days and 43 minutes. Oh, my gosh. Those extra 2 hours.
We got 2 hours back. We might sign someone in those 2 hours extra.
We're cooking again. All right. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, everyone, I stand corrected. I'm in that same mud that Perchy's been in since the whole I wear shades and talk about Eze and we're so back. Yeah. Listen,
I'll be honest, I watched it just to sort of, I watched it back that bit, and I watched it back the day after and Eze was announced. I went, oh, that's a bit awkward now. That's a little bit awkward.
Do you know what? There was the beautiful thing about YouTube is also the worst thing about YouTube. So I've had hundreds of Arsenal fans. I did a video when Ben Jacobs said that a deal had been agreed, right? I put deal agreed in principle, Eze imminent. Right? And that video I've just got gutted. This aged well. You're in the mud. You just go, yeah.
Oh,
listen, good evening to every single one of you. It's 7. All right, 7. All right, get it. 7. I get it. 7 p.m. There you go, guys. I'm in the mud because now Daniel Levy's got an extra 2 hours than I gave him credit for. Look, it is strange, isn't it? You are right. Like, we don't. So I hadn't even thought about that, Perchy, if I'm honest. I hadn't thought about that. Why not look at a 6-month loan deal? Why not go to Liverpool and say, all right, if Harvey Elliott isn't going anywhere on a permanent, why not have a try to buy? Listen, we'll give you, we want to see how we get on for 6 months. We'll have an option. How about we have an option to buy in January and an obligation to buy in, I don't know, June. I'm just spitballing, right? But at the moment, Perchy, what's more worrying is we all sat there, didn't we, going, look at Newcastle. They're getting turned down by Sesko. They're getting turned down by Ekatike, Yao Pedro, right? They're getting turned down by James Trafford. And everyone's going, oh, my God, look at the state of Newcastle.
Oh.
Right. Okay, cool. Fast forward a few weeks, we've been turned down by what? Hincape, apparently, again, depending on who you believe. We've been turned down by Eze, by Morgan Gibbs-White, by Paz. Like, I don't know who's worse, us or Newcastle. Man, I don't know.
With the Newcastle, I kept my powder dry with Newcastle because I'm one of those, you can't throw stones when we live in the biggest glass house ever. Like, everyone was giving it the big in about that. I went, let's not do that just yet. Wait until we've gone and signed 4 or 5 first-team players, and then we can start throwing some stones. We're the one team that have we have the audacity to throw stones when we've got the biggest glass house is ridiculous.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think is interesting is I was thinking about this earlier. When you actually look at Newcastle, I'm not saying what they've done is amazing, by the way, right? But they've added Jacob Ramsey and not lost any midfielders, right? They've added Elanga, but not lost any wingers.
Well, sorry, kind of wrong. Because they've replaced Jacob Ramsey's replaced Sean Longstaff. They got rid of Sean Longstaff, but my point is they've got rid of one and brought in one in a sense, but a much better
and I think Ramsey's better than Longstaff. But fair enough. But they've added Elanga, they've added a second goalkeeper that they needed for squad depth. They've added Thiago and not lost any of the defenders. Yeah, we know what's going on up front, but again, they're bidding left, right, and centre for every striker. But you look at that then. All right, we've added a right winger like they have. Cool. We've added a DM. Okay. Other than that, what have we done? Like, it's really worrying. Actually, I'm going to read this to you. This is what my mate Ash sent me. I said to him that I'm going to claim this for my own, but I can't do him dirty like that. He said this. He said, I'm not even annoyed anymore. I'm just worried.
Yeah,
and I thought,
but do you know what the frustrating part with it is? We did the hard work at the start of the window. We got rid of a manager that was loved by a portion of our fan base in a godlike level, and went and spent a lot of money to get rid of him, and a lot of money to bring in Thomas Frank. That for me was the hard work. We went and got the foundations. Unbelievable.
Oh, gosh.
We got the hard work by getting in that manager that went boom, boom, boom. Now you go and say, go and get 2 or 3 players that will benefit us. And it frustrates me because to me, Thomas Frank is the only reason why I'm not down in the dumps about it. He's the only reason, because I go, even though we've been crap in this window, at least we've got a manager that can look at the players and improve what we have at least. That's the only good thing about what we've done this window. I love Kudos and I love Paulinho. I think both of them are everything that we needed at this football club. But no one ever would have said if we'd got 2 players like that, we needed more. And that's the sting in the tail for me.
No, absolutely. And I think the key thing about this, by the way, guys, please do smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And please subscribe to Perchy's channel, just in case he ever decides to do any content again. And this kind of sums it up. The multi-channel here saying, well done to Thomas Frank, the coaching staff and the players for the 2 wins and 6 points. As for the chairman, board and director of football, they are worse. Good show, fellas. Listen, I think if this was not Frank, I'd be worrying.
Agree.
I genuinely would be worrying about where are we going to be in the league if it was under the old manager. I won't mention his name, but I agree. Thomas Frank is the best signing we've made this summer. And look, he said in his interviews when he's asked, he's saying about new players. He's saying about the recruitment team need to understand what I want. But I'm going to ask a question just before I do. People are asking about a transfer deadline day show. Unfortunately, not. Perchy will be. I'm on holiday next week. I'm going to be in Turkey. And when I booked it ages ago, I didn't even think about the transfer window. What an idiot. I'm going next Sunday morning to Turkey. Anyway, so Perchy's going to do this show next week, which will probably end up being more of a transfer roundup show because the transfer window will close
on the last
during
hour.
The show. So I'm going to ask this question. Are we attractive to players? I'll leave it open-ended. Are we attractive to players?
Yes and no. Yes and no. You have to caveat on that one. Caliber of player in a sense. Because are we attractive to... I don't know. I know you're going to get annoyed, but are we attractive to an El Kanous or a Tyler Dibbling? Yes. Of course we are. But are we attractive to a Benjamin Šeško level of player or a Gyökeres style player? Probably no. I think that the problem with us is we don't have a middle bit at the moment. Yeah, I don't expect to sign in players of Šeško and Gyökeres at this stage of where we are. But surely we are better than getting El Kanous and a Tyler Dibbling, for example. Surely we should be looking in that middle ground and going, surely we should be getting middle ground players that are hardworking professionals that have been playing football at a good level.
Yep.
Like for me, I'll pick a player and I'll use him as an example. Someone like, let me think off the top of my head. It doesn't have to be him, but I'll use him as an example. Someone like a Dwight McNeil. Use him as an example. Tidy football player who, going from Everton to Tottenham, is a step up. Whereas, for me, Everton should be signing a Tyler Dibbling if they lose a Dwight McNeil. That's not the food chain. We always talk about the food chain in football. That's how it... Someone like... It doesn't have to be him. People will go, oh, not he's crap. Just him as an example of a football player should be the sort of level we should be getting right now.
Yeah, big up, Wayne. It's been extended to 7 p.m. to make sure you don't misspell Bilal El Kanous. Well, Tom Barkley, who's the Spurs reporter for The Sun, he has said, hang on, let me just, I can bring this up actually and we show you what's been said. He kind of poo-pooed that tonight. Thank God. I'll be honest, I don't want Tom Barkley. I don't want El Kanous. Where are we? Here we go. He said here last season. No. Oh, he said it somewhere. Someone sent it to me. Basically, he was turning around and saying that Spurs have played down the any rumours that El Kanous is on the radar.
The problem is if we sign El Kanous, the problem what will be is in 2 years' time we'll be trying to work out what player we're signing when Leicester get relegated, when they get promoted back up and then go back down. Then we've got to go, who are we going to sign this time? Are we going to bring Oliver Skip back is basically it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And look, I mean, there's rumours today about people like Kobbie Mainoo. Like I saw a show earlier and they were talking about Kobbie Mainoo as our number 10. And I was just like, sorry? Kobbie Mainoo is our number 10. And this is the problem, Perchy. When you get to the last week, 7 days and 32 minutes, when you get down to the last 7 days, all sorts of names just start getting thrown about, don't they? All sorts of names.
If you look at this list here, there's one name on here, and I bet you'll know which one I'm going to say, makes complete sense for Tottenham. Marco Asensio, on loan with an option to buy, for me, screams exactly what we need. Someone that can play in that 10, can play out on the left if you need him to, on a loan where you have an option to buy for 40 million quid, spitballing, I don't know what the price tag is. For me, that's exactly what we need for a short term, that if he then comes good, you go, cool, we'll keep a hold of him. But again, Kobe Mainu for me is one of those where it was all, for me, screams Lucas Bergvall. And we had this conversation before, haven't we? Where, in the sense of, I actually don't know how good he is yet until he's played in a proper system. He was playing well with United because they were all chaotic under Ten Hag and stuff. And everyone went, oh, he's great. Well, yeah, he was a young kid coming into a chaotic team. We don't actually know how good this kid is. I like him, but for me, he's not the sort of player we should be signing right now at all.
No, I agree. Look, I that's a great shout. I've not thought about that. Asensio on loan. Basically, hey, PSG. He's still at PSG, isn't he? Hey,
yeah, PSG.
Let us do what Aston Villa did last year.
Yes.
Let us take Asensio. We'll cover his wages because we're now in an absolute mess. We'll cover his wages. And let's be fair, Asensio starts. I don't care if it's on the left, in the middle.
Right
Asensio starts, right? So why not? Where's the joined up thinking from the recruitment team? Like, Paz, let's be fair. What a waste of time trying to get Paz.
We all knew that was never going to happen. Let's be fair. And even if they agreed to it, full down well what would have happened. Real Madrid would have activated their clause. He'd have gone back to Real Madrid. And then what we would have ended up having to do is having to negotiate with Real Madrid to buy him out anyway. And to do Nico Paz is one you do at the start of the window. At the start of the window where they can fix the whole Real Madrid saga with it, all right?
Yeah.
No,
listen, sorry. You're absolutely right. At the end of the day, when I look at it, the whole Paz thing, as soon as someone said Nico Paz, my first thought was, okay, one, is he ready to be the main man? But let's put that aside. My first thought was Real Madrid will just buy this boy back for seven. Sure. I think I've got €7 million buyback. Real Madrid,
I think it's like 7 or 8 million or something like that. They can buy him back for.
Yeah, but I've heard it. Apparently, it's 7 million now. Apparently, it's 8 million next year and 9 million. It's something like that. So Real Madrid would buy him back for 7 million and then negotiate with Spurs.
Sell him back to us for 70.
Right. And this is why I always think, look, we all have a pop at Daniel Levy for not getting deals done, which are just club to club. Now imagine you've got Como, Real Madrid, Tottenham, naming rights, all this shit involved.
And 1 week left.
Oh, 1 week left. It's
1 week left. Like, it's crazy. Like,
hang on.
For me,
1 week and 28 minutes. Don't forget the 28 minutes.
20 minutes. I'll get that in because that could be key in the way we act at the moment. That could be key. For me, if I was Tottenham right now, forget. Yeah. That is actually a good point. We're going to probably sign everyone now. I can't wait for it.
I'm flying out there Sunday. So, I mean, I'm really hoping that Spurs aren't waiting for me to go on holiday to do some deals.
If I hope we sign someone when you're on the plane.
Oh, don't.
That would be amazing.
Don't. I said to the wife, I said, you know what will happen. I said, the moment we go in the air, it will be some breaking news. And I'm recording. I said, I'm recording in the air, right?
Oh,
I'm recording the air, and I'm posting that out.
I think if we get a here we go for a player, and you're in the air, we need Savva toilet video. That has to happen. You've got to go to the toilet with your camera and sit on the toilet on the plane recording it. That'd be amazing.
Oh, mate, can you imagine? I'll be sitting on the plane, person next to me sitting. Who is this twat? Who is this twat sitting there going, welcome back to Football Heritage TV?
But my point was, why I would do, like, I think, do you know the problem is? I feel like so just to sort of go back to what we were talking about transfer in a sense, but what worries me with Tottenham is we don't seem to have that sort of that balance, right? For me, when I say that, and I mean, like, we seem to be worrying about in 3 years' time. And we, as some of us as a fan base do it as well, right? Some of us in the fan base like it. We're worrying about 3 years down the line. Hang on, let's worry about this season. Let's look across Europe and look at some of the top teams in Europe and go, you're not playing football at the moment. You're not playing football at the moment. Surely we can get someone like you on loan. And look, people might call it panic. Cool. I expect us to be panic buying right now. We've got 7 days till the window closes. I expect us panicking. But
like, isn't Nicholas Jackson about to go on loan to Bayern Munich?
Nicholas Jackson's an example. If you could get someone like him on loan, I know people call him crap, but let's be fair with it. You'd have him in your team right now. But I just find it crazy the way that we operate in this weird. We're like that person, you know. Do you know what we are? And we'll go back to the holiday vibe. We're like that person when the last call gets announced for the plane, and instead of sprinting to the gate, they're walking there, and everyone's on the plane going, "Hurry up, we want to go." And they stroll on like they own it. That's how we operate in the transfer window. We're now at the last call stage. We should be running to the transfer window and going, "We need you and you." Look, Savio's one of those again. Wolfie, if that's you, I beg you get Angepostecoglou, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious man, but I have prayed that Forest get Angepostecoglou. Like, I've hoped the football gods just to humble you to have to deal with him after you gave us all that stick. Look, big up Wolfie, by the way.
Listen, it's my one hope for this window, other than Spurs, is for Nottingham Forest to get.
That makes my transfer window a 10, by the way. That makes my transfer, no matter what anything happens. But for me right now, we should be going, okay, cool. Right now, there needs to be a cut-off with the Savio one as well, by the way. If by tomorrow there's no breakthrough and we put in the rumours are 80 million euros or whatever it is, if they say no to that, move on. Go somewhere else now. We've got 1 week left. What does Johan Lang do at this football? I heard he was on holiday last week. Who goes on holiday 2 weeks before the window closes? Get out of it. What are you doing, mate? How cushy is that job, by the way?
Oh, mate, he's living the dream. It's like working. I was saying this to my wife the other day. Obviously, you can understand how much she must hate hearing about Tottenham. I said, our director of football, or whatever he is, apparently he is on a holiday. I said, can you imagine, like, sometimes my wife with her work has projects that will last like 3 to 6 months. I said, can you imagine, like, you've worked on this project and then you get to the last week and go, right, see you later, guys, I'm taking annual leave as the project's about to close. By the way,
before you say that, it's almost like you going on holiday on deadline day. You are the Johan Lang of YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I'll still be putting videos out, but can we say here, look, first of all, when we say Sesko won't score more than 10 and Gyökeres won't get more than 15, look, so far, Gyökeres is 2-2, right? So far, he's 2-2. When you're saying not impressed with either, I thought the goal Gyökeres scored at the weekend was every bit of what he does. Sesko, by the way, has had 2 substitute appearances. I mean, like, we're very quick to go, not impressed. He's not fit, by the way, as well. That's what Amorim said after the game. He said he's not fit enough to start. And again, this is what happens when you buy players late in the window, right? You don't get the fitness. But look, I will have, Bobby, I reckon Gyökeres bangs in 20 league goals. I do. Arsenal will batter. So many teams like they played, like the Leedses, they will batter. They will absolutely tear them apart. But listen, I can't be revisionist. Gyökeres is a goal scorer. Sorry, he's a proper goal scorer. Sesko, I think, will take probably a bit longer. But look, let's get back to Spurs. You're absolutely right. You're right about all of this. We are in a position now where players that I would have said, I don't want, I'm almost leaning towards, actually, would I take them now? And that's not me being a flip-flop. That's me going, we've got 7 days and a tiny squad. We've got 7 days and a tiny squad, right? 2 or 3 injuries to this squad, right? We won't be able to put out a bench. Tell me if I'm missing anyone. I genuinely don't think. Hang on, look, here we go. Look, let me. I've got all the names written down here, right? So you've got Vicario, Kinski, and Austin. That's 3, right? Porro, Spence, Romero, Van de Ven, Danso, Davis, and Takai. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 10 altogether.
Yeah.
Right? Paulinho, Gray, Bergval, Benton, Corsar, assuming that Basuma leaves. Right?
Yeah.
That's 15. Right? Tell, Odeber, Johnson, Kudus, Solanke, Ritchie. That's 6, right? That's 21 footballers.
Yeah.
That's assuming Brian Hill goes. 21 footballers. 3 injuries, 2 injuries. We can't put a bench out.
Well, yeah, unless you want to start packing them out with kids that haven't gone out on loan, right?
So that's the younger kids.
Yeah. So the kids that haven't actually gone out on loan or in the academy are going to just start fielding on the bench. And
so the kids that haven't even hit puberty yet, those kids.
Yeah. But this is the problem, right? It's the issue, right? I said this to you. I said this at the start of the window. I said we've got a massive squad, but people took that the wrong way, going, we do have a massive squad, but we have a lot of dross in our team at the moment, and we're starting to get rid of them, right? Like, I'm frustrated with it all because I sit and look and go, do you know? I know you said about 2 or 3 injuries and we're in trouble. Forget about that. We're 1 injury away. Kudos gets injured.
Oh, for sure.
I'm freaking out. We're a Kudos injury away from us going, wow, where do we go from here? Where do we go? Because everything that I see that comes attacking wise that is good out of us all seems to derive around Kudos in some capacity. And he's made the likes of Richarlison look better. I genuinely do think he looks a lot better with the likes of Kudos. And I just get really, really anxious now because this window, it's teetering on a knife edge. Again, you're right. We need to start.
Look, 2 in a row, this, and then hard pass on Asensio. What?
Really?
Sorry.
I thought Asensio last season was brilliant, by the way.
We're Tottenham Hotspur. Who are we to turn down Marcus Asensio?
Oh, mate, that's wild.
Oh, wow.
God, that is wild.
Wow.
But this is the problem, right? People, by the way, 2 months ago, if I said, oh, we're going to go get Marco Asensio on loan, I'll go, all right, but surely we should be looking a bit more. We've got 1 week, guys. Can people remember? Can people realise that? We can't go out there and knock on the door because you have these people that just go and get Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. Like it's that easy. Like it's nuts. Why not? Simmons is going to Chelsea.
Let's be fair.
Xavi Simmons is a new Eze now, by the way.
Yeah. Listen, let's be fair. If we approach, by the way, weren't we already told by Ornstein or someone that Spurs had approached Simmons' camp and we were rejected?
Yeah, he said no.
Yeah. Like there you go. Look, I don't know what some people are smoking, without being rude. But when I see these fans, we've got fans that if I say something about Tell or Gray, go, oh, you're so horrible. They're Spurs players. They're going to come good. Cool. What about Asensio? Nah, hard pass on that. Yeah, hard pass on Asensio. Let's have a look at Marcos Asensio, shall we? Let's have a look at this man. All right, hang on. What's his name? Marcos, isn't it? Marcos Asensio. Yeah, right, let's have a look at this guy that wouldn't get into our team, according to some fans. Why can't I find his Wikipedia page? Why can't I find his Wikipedia?
It's Marco Asensio, not Marcos, sorry.
Marco Asensio. Right, Marco Asensio, here we go. So 29. So look, all the experience in the world. Right, let's have a look at this, by the way. Let's have a look at this. This is a man. This is a man. Right, this is just ridiculous. Let me bring this up. Look, hard pass on Marco Asensio. Let me see. Right, so Marco Asensio that played for Real Madrid for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons.
And now has had as well.
2 years at PSG, right? So 9 years at 2 of the biggest clubs in the world but no thank you to him coming to Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, can we have a day off? By the way, let's have a little look, shall we? Let's see a few things that Marco Asensio might have won. Just the 38 Spanish caps. Oh, look, just
he's not done too bad.
I mean, look at this. Look, like, what are we doing here? Everyone in the chat, if you wouldn't take Asensio, one, give your head a wobble, right? Maybe a little slap from side to side. Two, why not? Why on earth would you not want Marco Asensio?
It's mad. Like, I just find it crazy. Like, I just don't. It's all, as I said, the problem is what we've got as a fan base is we almost just pigeon ourselves into players, right? So unless we had it with Eze, and I'm annoyed that he's gone to Arsenal, but I'm grateful the whole thing's done over now, by the way. Now the dust is settled because now everyone's and I'm almost glad before people clip this, I have to, because people will take this out of note, I'm almost glad it's done. He's gone to Arsenal. Now everyone don't have to sit there and worship Eze anymore, going, we need Eze, he's the perfect, because now everyone's going to hate him because he's gone to there. So that's all done. Next it's Simmons. I just want that dealt with. Look for players. Let's get these players in. Like, I don't understand how Asensio on a season-long loan doesn't sort it out. I feel like you've got news.
No, it's about an ex-Spurs player, Japhet Tanganga.
Bringing him back.
Japhet Tanganga. No, he's signing for Sheffield United for £7 million from Millwall. I just thought that was interesting. Who's someone sent me this? Where are we? Nope. Sorry, I thought it was about Spurs. I keep getting sent loads of stuff. Here you go. Some news. Here you go. Oh, what's Ben Jacobs said? Some news from Saudi Arabia. Saudi dropping at 8 p.m. UK time.
God. You want to get excited. It's going to be something, and then it will be like someone completely random. Like,
well, I've just seen that Ezekiel Fernandez has gone there. Do you see? I think, is it Palacios, not Fernandez, Ezekiel Palacios?
Oh, Ezekiel Palacios from Leverkusen.
He's gone out there.
Good player, him.
But yeah, like a big up, Mike. Yeah, the special relationship that Spurs and Real Madrid have that has never done anything for players coming this way.
Even if we went and got a couple of youngsters from Real Madrid, by the way, that have been in their first team, why? Like, I would even. I was just about to say, Brahim Diaz would have been perfect, the sort of player to go get him on loan, get it over the line, and then you go, cool. We'll stopgap that for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for your right side, you're not wrong, mate. Yeah, listen, again, Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz. Yeah. Listen, I know they're younger players, but these are top these are top players.
Yeah.
We just don't seem to have this kind of joined up thinking. And something you just said there about the fans is very true. We do. We get a name in our head and that's it. So now it's Savio.
Yes.
He's the guy on the left. Eze was, what about this guy? He's not Eze. What about this guy? Yeah, but he's not Eze. You know? I would go out and get Akaliush.
Oh,
sorry.
Good
for me,
talent.
This is a no-brainer. He is just broken into the French team in the last year, 23, so he's a good age now. It's not like he's 19. He's played a number of seasons now in the French league. He's played Champions League football for Monaco. This, for me, is a no-brainer. He can play on the right. He can play in the number 10. Why? Surely that should be a deal you could rock up to Monaco and go, there's 60 million euros. Like, why are we not able to do these types of deals?
If it's not Akaliush, I like that Ben Seguir who plays at Monaco as well. Again, another talented little player. Talented little football player that you can get in. But it's, I get so frustrated, right? Because we're waiting and look, I get it. There's times when you kind of want to you don't want to hear anything quiet, keep it all this hidden in the darkness sort of nonsense or whatever. Like, Isco's just got injured though, if I'm right in saying. But again,
Isco's
I'd have had
always
Isco.
injured, isn't he? Class.
Yeah, but I'd have Isco any day of the week. But he's now at the age where he gets injured quite a bit. Like
Isco and Thiago Alcantara. I remember watching I think it was the Spanish under-21s. We're going back some time, and they won, whether it was the Euros or the World Cup, the under-21s when they won it. And those two, I remember watching with my flatmate at the time. That's how far back we're going, right? With my flatmate at the time, and I went, these two are special. And then they obviously both went on to have the careers they've had. But listen, we need someone. We need like the other day, we're talking, people saying, why don't we put it off until January? We need a 10. We've got no playmaker.
It's worse. I think it's worse. We've got no squad. I think it's the worry at the moment. I saw that just flying. Another little player, Brace Mendes. Have you seen him play? Sociedad. I know I doubt we'll get him now. Sociedad have just lost. They lost to Mendy, but someone like that, I look at and go, talented player, talented little 10.
If you'll do a GoFundMe, I'll speak to the wife. If you do a GoFundMe, we'll leave now. We'll leave tomorrow morning to go to Turkey instead of Sunday, and maybe Spurs. Whenever I'm on holiday, Spurs sign players. Honestly, every time I go away, Tottenham do something. It's so weird. It's so weird. Listen, there's so many players. Let us know in the chat, guys. Number 10s.
Yeah,
we're running out. We're running out of options now, and this is why you don't wait.
I'd love to hear people with names as well. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Be sensible. There's no point, talking about Kevin De Bruyne's and stuff like that. But
I'm that desperate to have Giovanni Lo Celso back at this stage.
Mark Guehi's agent just dropped a bombshell. Man City has made a move for him. I'll tell you what. I said at the beginning of the summer, I don't know why Man City don't buy Guehi.
Well, they're letting go of Ake. They're letting go. Who's the other centre?
Maybe a Kanji I saw as well.
Yeah, Kanji was. I saw they're trying to get rid of 2. So I'll tell you what. I think Mark Guehi. I know we're kind of now talking about Man City, but Mark Guehi going to Man City. That's a proper side. I think he would fit Man City a lot better. Huh?
I think he helps them because he's a no-nonsense defender. Just quickly, by the way, guys, there's 910 of you in here, 910, which is great numbers, but only 237 likes. Listen, don't take out your anger on the transfer window on my show. Smash that little button, tickle it if you want, but hit that like button, please. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. We've had 5 subscribers throughout the show. We should be getting 15, 20 a show. We normally do. So please smash that button as we work our way towards 25K. It's been a crazy 28 days. We've done 2.3K subscribers in 28 days. So thank you very much, people. Listen, we'll see how that one goes, right? We'll see how that one goes with Mark Guehi. But what you do know is if Man City want Mark Guehi, you know it's not going to be a 2-week drawn-out process.
Oh, no, it'll be done next week.
Do you know what I mean? It won't be a long, drawn-out process. It will be, here's 50 million for Mark, whatever it is. I'm struggling. If I'm honest now, when I look now, I'm going, right, 10 days to go. And you know me, Perchy, I try to stay realistic. So like when people say things to me like, go and get Morgan Rogers. And I'm like, really? You think Morgan Rogers is going to leave with 7 days of a window to go when he's there pound for pound? I would say he's arguably their best player. Like it depends which, but Nate, I can't really think. You've got Akliush. What 10s are there? Who, like, where do you go? Where are they?
I see people saying Paqueta as well. Like, again, I love a Paqueta, but I look at it and go, you think about it with a Tottenham hat on. Imagine if Spurs sold 2 of their 3 best players to Arsenal. You'd all be going down, burning the stadium down. Think about it, what West Ham would have to do if they sold Paqueta to Spurs after selling Kudos already. 2 of their, Bowen being their better player, 2 of the 3 to Spurs. Like that's almost criminal. You wouldn't accept Tottenham doing that. So we've got to put it in that. I don't see Paqueta happening. By the way, I think Paqueta is leaps and bounds would be brilliant in our football team. But we're at a stage where a lot of clubs now losing a number 10 is almost like losing the heart of your team in some teams. That's where that's where it all happens, right? So losing a 10, and people just will shout big names out. Like, you've got to be realistic with it. That's why I don't want to go back. That's why someone like Asensio makes sense at the moment.
I agree. By the way, Sasha Tavalieri has just reported that Nottingham Forest are edging closer. Apparently they've sent a new bid to Strasbourg for Dilane Bakwa. I don't know a lot about him, if I'm honest. Do you know anything about him?
Name rings a bell, actually. I don't know. The name rings a bell. I can't sit there and say I've watched him.
27 plus 7 at the moment. But I mean, Forest are putting their money where their mouth is, aren't they? Forest have signed. Like, who have they lost? Forest.
Who did they lose? Elanga. They lost Elanga.
Right.
They lost. Hang on, I'm gonna just double check this because I know they lost another. Nottingham Forest. Hang on. Transfer market. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So I'm sure they lost a couple of, but like not what I would say big names. So they lost Elanga, Danilo. That's the one I was thinking. Danilo. Okay. They lost that Ramon Souza. They lost Omendelli went to Strasbourg. Matt Turner went to Lyon. That Miguel went to Palmeiras. Lewis O'Brien went to Wrexham. Toffolo, Panzo, they released. That was really
no one you've really mentioned there other than Elanga and Danilo. But
yes.
They've got in the 3 Brazilian lads they signed in one go, right? Yeah. They brought in Hutchinson. They brought in McAtee. Yeah, they brought in Douglas Luiz, Calamawundo.
Yeah.
Someone else I'm missing.
Yeah, they brought it. So they brought in Hutchinson and Doy, Calamawundo, McAtee, Jesus, Cunha, Luis, Gunn. That's who they've brought in right now. They've spent currently 174 million euros at the moment. And by the way, they're still not finished.
Mate, it's laughable, isn't it? It's laughable.
Mad.
Like, listen, by the way, I'm not, and again, when people take this the wrong way, I'm not sitting here saying I want every player that Forest signed, but it's all relative. It's all relative. Yes. Forest are in Europe, and they have gone out and bought in 9 or 10 players.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing some of the Brazilian lads will probably need a bit of time to settle in, but McAtee, good signing. Calamawundo, good player. Hutchinson, solid signing. Again, I'm not saying for us, Perchy, I'm for them. Good, solid signing. Douglas Luiz, good signing. You know,
But do you know what the problem is? Do you know what Forest have become a little bit of a problem? And I hate to say it, but they have been a problem because they've bought the players that now I would have gone, I'd have you. Like, hear me out. And before people jump at me, I'd have had McAtee right now because we're like at this stage. I'd have probably have taken Amari Hutchinson at this rate because we're at this stage of the window. So what they're doing, they're buying players for their level, but because we're so crap in the market, I'm almost taking my level down one and going, they're signing the players we need right now. Trincao and Gonçalves. If you get those two in, I'd be going over the moon. Top football players.
Gonçalves never leaves. Right, but that man is an absolute GA machine. He is a GA machine. By the way, I was just looking. 8 goals in 21 games for Villa. Asensio got 8 in 21. That's what I would expect from a striker. That's but don't worry, hard pass on him for Spurs. Hard pass. We don't want Asensio. Honestly, it's the same names that are coming up. Again, the problem with Dani Olmo. Love Dani Olmo, always injured. This boy is always injured. Top footballer, always injured. But you had Paz, Eze, El Canous was mentioned, Olmo, Paqueta, Akliouche. People are talking about Brandt of Dortmund. Again, I don't know if those players are available, but what you have done, not you, sorry, the royal you, what we have done is we've left it that if you are going to try and get players that aren't available on the market, you are now asking that other team to have to go and buy in. So that does one of two things. That means one, they add on an extra 15, 20 million. Or two, they say, sure, you can have this player as long as we can get a replacement in the next 7 days. Then they have to go to another club and try and get their player. And this is why I'll rant here, Perchy. I hate when people go, oh, the window's not shut yet. I don't care when they come in. No, this is what happens. Scrambling around.
I think our biggest problem is, and it's always been our issue, and it goes back to sort of what I said earlier, we're fixated on a player. Again, it doesn't matter who it is. But if it doesn't happen, we seem to not have an answer. Like, if a player, for example, a proper football club, we'll use the Eze situation. A proper football club, if that happens to him, they've got number 2 signing the next day. One, they appease the fan base immediately for losing out on a main target because they brought in someone immediately. And then that's it. They go, look, we couldn't get Eze, but we brought in, let's just use Harvey Elliott as the example. We couldn't get Eze, Harvey Elliott next day, done, deal, slap, all sorted. But what we do, it's almost a week since the Eze news has happened, and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened.
Right. Let's work this out. Right. Spurs signed. There you go. I think it was. Oh, I did it this morning. Spurs signed Mohamed Kudus 46 days ago. 46. In that time, Chelsea have signed 912 players, but we signed him 46 days ago, right? Since then, we've got one player on loan who wasn't wanted by Bayern Munich. Now, I'm not knocking. I loved Paulinho. I wanted him. But in 46 days, we've made not one permanent signing. James Maddison and Son left this club about 23, 24 days. Oh, sorry, left the club. You know, Son left and Maddison went down injured about 23, 24 days ago.
Yeah.
Big clubs would have gone, boom, let's act.
Yeah.
What have we done? By the way, now chucking Gibbs White, right?
Yeah.
How long ago did the Gibbs White deal fall through? 4, 5 weeks?
Bear in mind, it was 2 weeks in the period of us figuring out what the hell's going on. So
right.
Throw that into it.
Hang on. Well, we can work this out then. So Kudus was 46 days ago. The news dropped the day after Kudus, didn't it, for Gibbs White? Yes. Add 2 weeks where we had what's going on. So, yeah, it's been about 33 days, 32, 33 days since Gibbs White.
A month since, It's been a month since the Gibbs White saga. And in that period, we've had Gibbs White say no and Eze say no. And Paz, sure, but it's just, where's the assertiveness at Tottenham Hotspur ever? There's never the assertiveness of going, cool, because the thing is I don't mind clubs saying no. You know my opinion on the Eze thing. I have no issue Eze going to Arsenal. I know fans hate me saying shit like that. I have no issues Eze going to Arsenal. The pecking order, I get it. He wants to go to Arsenal. It is what it is, right? My issue is, one, why did it take so long? Two, why have we not got 2 or 3 names immediately? Okay, Spurs have put a bid on this number 10. Spurs have agreed terms with Elliott to join on loan with an obligation to buy or an option to buy or whatever. Who gives a crap? Like, the fact that even Savio is still, like, there's never enjoyment with Spurs transfers because it's like,
there isn't. There's no. Sorry, Stanley still thinks he's that big, and I've never known a dog want to cuddle as much as Stanley, and it's just a bit too. He's too heavy now, mate. bang on the money. I can't remember what you just said, but I bang on the money, right? What did you just say?
No, basically what I said, it like every transfer just takes Savio.
Yeah, there's no fun now. If Spurs announce Savio tomorrow, I'll be relieved, right?
Yeah, that's the word, relief.
It's relief, right? There's no, oh my God, because we take so long, right? Because we need so much more, right? What will happen is in this fan base is if we sign Savio, don't get me wrong, I'll be delighted, absolutely delighted,
yeah,
right? But if we sign him now with 6, let's say we sign him tomorrow. I'm not saying we are. Let's say he signs tomorrow and we go, right, 6 days to go. There will be no, oh my God, bro. My next thought is, right, what else? What else? Come on. You got 6 days. What else? You get these players at the beginning of the window. Look at Liverpool with Ekatike. How quick did Liverpool get that done?
Yeah.
Right? How quick did they get Kirkes done? Frimpong done? I understand that the Vert still took a bit longer because
Verts took 2-3 weeks though. It was like, I get it with the size, but it was even still. But the difference what Liverpool did was they're not trying to sort out Verts now. They're still not going. We'll get it done in pre-season. Right? I get the whole Isak thing, but for me that's a different conversation. But right now, if I was Liverpool, I'm not sitting there going, we need Isak. We would love Isak, but we're not dying on the hill for Isak. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but this is the thing. Somebody said to me yesterday, I'm going to do the super chats in a minute, by the way. For anyone that cares, by the way, Newcastle have named an unchanged team from their draw against Villa. So for anyone that cares. Let me actually put that on. Hang on, let's have that on in the background. What was I going to say? Yeah, sorry, that's what I was going to say. Somebody said to me, Savva, you're having a go at us. Look at Liverpool. They still haven't got Isak. And I'm like, yeah, but Isak is a bonus for them.
Yeah.
that's a wow signing. That's not a we have to have him or our seasons fall apart. They could arguably still win the league without him. They're showing the team now, right? Alisson, apparently Szoboszlai is playing at right back. Alisson, Szoboszlai, Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Jones, Gravenberch, Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo, Ekatike, right? You look at that team, you go, they could win the league. I'm not saying they will, I'm not saying they won't. They could win the league without buying Isak. There's the difference. Spurs.
It's Curtis Jones at right back, by the way.
Oh, it's Curtis Jones going. That actually makes more sense. So it's just what Jamie Carragher's got the team up in the studio, and I just saw Szoboszlai at right back, and I thought, what's going on there? But look, I'm a bit dumbfounded at how slow we are. But listen, let's do some super chats. Big up to Green Ivy Grad, if I've read that right. Green Ivy Grad, big up to you, my man. As I said, attractive to players until wages are considered. Players' agents hate dealing with Levy. Well, what I will say is all the signings that we've not got, the wages weren't an issue.
I don't
all of the players, the personal terms weren't the issue. The issue has been the payment terms and add-ons. And this is where the big clubs, and this is where clubs who don't need to sell won't be bent over a barrel. If I don't need to sell, if I'm a manager and Perchy plays for me, somebody comes in to try and sign Perchy and I've got no interest in selling him, right? Yeah, I've got no interest in selling him, top player for me. And they come in and go, 50 million. I'll go 70. I don't want to sell him, 70. No, it's got to be 50. I don't need to sell him, mate. All right, we'll give you 70, but we'll give you 7 payments of 10 million. Nope. I want 2 payments of 35. Right? This is what Daniel Levy never does. This is where we dilly and dally way too much.
And what also happens is it goes on for so long, and then the club goes. Spurs finally go, fine, we'll agree. No. We said that was 2 weeks ago. Now we want 90 because we've got to replace him. So now we want 90, and we want it in 2 installments of 45. And that's what Spurs. That's what happens in clubs. Clubs go, if you're going to make us wait around for 2 weeks, we've got to replace these players.
Yep. No, absolutely. See, this is why right now, I'll be honest, I'll be over the moon. go to Monaco, 60 million euros, put it down on the table, whatever payment terms they want, because we were going to pay, by the way, Eze, we were going to pay 50% up front.
We were going to pay Morgan Gibbs White's release clause. So the money's got to be there at some point.
So go to Monaco. Akliouche would leave Monaco, wouldn't he, for Tottenham?
He would.
Like,
of course he would.
Like,
wages ain't going to be an issue. Of course it would. It'd be on 100. It'd be on 80 to 100 grand a week, easy at Tottenham.
Big up to you, my man. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Big up to. Oh, sorry, I got hiccups. 1 second. Nige from Pure Coys said, "Big up Savva Perchy. Big up Nige. Much love, dude." Said, "What would you guys be happy, content with in the last 7 days of the window? How many in? 3. Minimum 3. I want a winger. I want a playmaker, and I do think that Thomas Frank has wanted a centre half all summer for a reason. So 3 for me. How about you, Perchy?
Yeah, look, I agree. I think for me, if you can, I think the 10 you've got to go and buy a decent 10 for me. If it's a loan, as I said, if it's someone like an Asensio, I don't mind it. If you need to just kick the can down the road, I think you've got to get a left-sided winger and a centre half. For me, as I said, I think I'm content if we get someone like, as I said, Asensio on loan, a centre half maybe on loan that will plug a gap for the short term. And if you can get someone like a Savio in, I'll be content with that. Happy. I still think we should have got better, but it is what it is, right?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I listen, I completely agree with you. Big up, Nige. Much love, dude. Please go over there and subscribe to Nige over at Pure Coys. Legend of a man, this man. Legend of a man. And when he came to my house the other week, oh, what a sexy man you are, Nige. In person. What a sexy man you are. He just oozed charmer. You know what I mean? He oozed it. Big up to you, Nige. Big up to Enoch, who said, do you both think Paratici is doing the business? Given all the rumours and links, it's not radio silent like usual under Lang. Perchy, is the Don doing the business?
Well, if the Don is doing the business, can he don some business? Like, honestly, like, get some... look, mate, big up to the Super Chat. For me, I'll be honest, I don't care who's doing the business. Just do some business. Like, I feel like we're the only football club that cares so much about non-football employees. Like, we care so much what Levy does. We care so much at if it's Paratici in charge, if it's Man or... Like, no other football club, and maybe I might be wrong, but no other football club talks about non-footballing employees as much as we do. For me, I don't care. Just sign some players.
Agreed. That is exactly where I am. All of this, is it Vinay? Is it Lang? Is it
less at this point?
I don't give a shit. Whoever it is isn't doing their job. Whoever it is isn't doing it very well. Look, I do think as well, what we tend to find is when the deals are a bit more high profile, they don't tend to go under the radar.
Yeah.
You know, I think when you've got deals like Takai, I mean, it goes under the radar because, you know, Japanese league, unfortunately, isn't viewed as a top league. And, but I think when you're talking about like Spurs to get Savio, it's never going to be under wraps. It's never going to be under wraps. There's too many leaks and moles and stuff. By the way, that seems to have got, we'll come back to Savio in a minute, because that seems to have gone all a bit quiet. We were told before the game against City that we would bid immediately after the game. But hey, we'll come to that in a minute. Big up to you, Enoch. Really appreciate that. The next super chat, by the way, you lot smash the like button, you tight gits. 354 likes, 900 in here. Like we haven't even got 50%. We haven't even got 50%. At the moment, I hope Daniel Levy doesn't buy any of you lot players. For me, I want him to buy players. For you lot, you don't deserve them. Please smash that button. Big up to the real Nate, who said Trincao from Sporting can play as a 10 or a winger. I like Trincao. He was at Barca, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, he went to Barcelona. Didn't really. He was also at Wolves. He went to Wolves on loan. He went to Wolves on loan. When Wolves had this weird affiliation where they were buying every Portuguese youngster in world football. Like, But yeah, no, he's another one. Nice little football player. He's the player where I say, right now, go and get him. But I wasn't saying him 2 months ago, if that makes sense. He's that player where I go, right now, I'd take him in now because we need to get players in. He wouldn't have been on my top of my list, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. By the way, Jamie Carragher saying that Liverpool need reinforcements. He said he doesn't think there's a lot coming off the Liverpool bench. Jesus, Jamie, you should try looking at the Spurs team if you don't think Liverpool have got anything coming off the bench. Big up to you, my man. Here you go. Look at this. The Cats has said, what is the chance of keeping Solomon and Hill in the squad? P.S. The streets want Perchy in the Spurs 5 show. Streets. The mean YouTube streets want Perchy in. What is the chance of Solomon keeping... I don't want to keep Solomon and Hill in the squad.
I'm telling you now.
Keep those two, Perchy, if we keep those two because we haven't signed anyone else, that is the biggest sign of failure for me, that they're still at the club over the fact that we didn't sign players. For me.
I think I'll put this straight. If we don't sign a left winger, Solomon stays. Brian Hill's going. I don't think there is any expectation that Brian Hill will be at this football club by the 2nd of January. Either we sold him or his contract is terminated and he'll go and find another club on a free. I mean, do you know what? I have a weird feeling where Brian Hill's going to end up on a free transfer at Espanyol. I just know it's going to happen because that's the sort of, because they've got no money. But look, I think Solomon, if Solomon doesn't go, I'm going to say this. And I hate that I'm going to say this. I think if Solomon doesn't get sold in the next week, we're not going to sign a left winger. I just have this weird, horrible feeling that's.
Why are you putting things like that out into the world? Why would you do that?
Because it's Tottenham Hotspur. That's the sort of thing Tottenham do. That is in theory everything about Tottenham. What we do. All of a sudden he'll be fit again on the 2nd of September, ready to play. Watch.
Yeah. Well, listen, last super chat for the time being, at least. Big up to Blaine. Always stupidly generous, this man. Thank you so much, Blaine. Said, here, Savva, have a few beers or the start of a GoFundMe movement. I've been shut off from all things Spurs apart from the game, and I feel so much better for it. Can't wait now to end this pantomime of a window. I think that's a great word you use there, pantomime. And Blaine, I wish I could do this, but my job kind of depends on me not shutting off from all things Spurs. Yeah, it's, I mean, I think he's apt there, right? It's a pantomime. We're being rejected by people. We can't get anyone over the line. The squad looks small with not a lot of depth and quality in it. And at the moment, Thomas Frank's going to have to perform absolute miracles.
Yeah, 100%. You've got the evil villain that is Daniel Levy in the pantomime. The question is, whose buttons in the pantomime? I think you could make a pantomime of Tottenham in a transfer window, and it could be a global stage. But on a serious level, he's bang on, isn't he? Though we are sat here with 1 week to go, going, we need 3 players. What is that?
Sausage and mash dog treats. I just thought you might like one.
I think we should get a chat for everyone in the chat that Savva's got to try one. How many likes can we get for Savva to try a sausage and mash?
I'll tell you what. If somebody puts in another £20 super chat, I'll no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Blame Dev 100% will. Big up.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. That is wrong. I'm not eating a dog biscuit. Listen, this isn't a stag do, all right? This isn't a stag do. Big up to you, Blaine. Really appreciate that, my man. Thank you very much. Yeah, look, it's one of those things now where we have to look and say there's a lot of excuses made.
Yeah.
You know, we're all in WhatsApp groups. And I mean, look at the WhatsApp group that I was in the other week that I left, and I was told that I'm not being logical about Spurs' window, right? And I'm told that I'm too negative about Spurs' window. As we sit here, by the way, 6 days, 23 hours and 42 minutes to go. So we are down into the last 7 days. I'm sitting being told I'm negative about these windows. But we're sitting here with 6 days to go, Perchy, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how is anyone backing that? Like, how are you not? I don't want to say apoplectic, because I think that's a bit dramatic, but like my man Ash said, not even angry, not even annoyed anymore, just worried. Just worried.
I think worry is the key.
I'm not doing it. I said I'm Blaine.
Big up Blaine, my guy.
Blaine, I love you to bits, but I did say, don't do it, someone. I am not eating a dog biscuit. I am not eating a dog biscuit. Now I feel guilty. Message me if you want me to send you the 20 quid back, because I told you I'm not going to eat. Can you imagine? Oh my God, did you see what Savva did earlier? He must be well desperate for money. He had a dog biscuit for 20 quid. Like, I'm not doing it.
There's more activity. There's more activity on this YouTube channel than there is in our transfer. Doesn't that just? By the way, this just sums up our transfer window. That Savva and a dog biscuit is more. There's more news on that than there is about us buying football players. Tottenham, you are amazing.
Blaine, you are a legend. Thank you. But I think you know deep down I'm not going to eat a dog biscuit live on. Well, I'm not going to eat it when I'm not live, by the way. But I'm definitely not going to eat it when I'm live. Big up. And Reese, what about Dele Alli? Oh, please stop. Just stop. Just that boy's basically retired. Just stop. I heard someone else the other day said, what about Christian Eriksen? He's on a free.
I'll tell you what, give me 3 or 4 more days left. I'm almost going, why not? Like, I haven't got to the Christian Eriksen level yet at the moment, but give it to Sunday the 30th, and I'm almost going, okay, I'm thinking about it now. Well, we can sign Eriksen technically after the 1st, by the way, because he becomes he's a free agent, isn't he? So
what are we doing here? What are we doing here? The What Are We Doing Here podcast. By the way, you see the guy that no one wanted, Jack Grealish, couple of assists on his Everton debut. Again, that for a loan would have just solved so many problems, Perchy. It would have solved so many problems. And now I'm sitting here going, if we don't get in players, I'm going to say to people, just remember, you didn't want a Jack Grealish. You didn't want a Harvey Elliott.
The category of no-brainer fell into that one when we said it at the time. It was the no-brainer signing that we never seem to do.
Thank you, by the way, Blaine. Thank you. And no, Adam, no, I'm not putting some ketchup.
Some ketchup on it. What is going on? What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I've got some chocolate though, just so you know, that's not a dog treat.
We haven't put ketchup on it. He put £2 in, put ketchup on your chocolate. Is that lint, by the way? That look like lint. Oh yeah, you're bougie, man. You're bougie chocolate time.
Bougie?
Oh, if we're gonna match it, I've got chocolate. I guarantee you've never had, by the way.
Go on.
I haven't got it on me right now. It's downstairs. I can go get it. But big up Suze, my partner. She's obviously South African. A friend from South Africa brought a load of chocolate. I've now got a bag of South African chocolate that I'm going to be indulging in throughout. I can't wait.
I love all chocolate, mate. I love all chocolate. Listen, smash the like button, people. Yeah, Mark, Asensio is class. Yes, I genuinely don't understand anyone who doesn't want someone like Asensio.
Hard no, I was told. Hard no.
Hard no. Yeah, look, let's get to it. Listen, what we do know, Perchy, what we do know. By the way, let me catch up with the chat. Some of these comments were like 20 minutes ago. Look, big up Brian Daigle's in here. How you doing, Brian? Hope you're well. Hope you're well, brother. You got to back the Frank engine. If you don't back the Frank engine, then Daniel Levy's going to have a lot of egg on his face. Look, what we do know is we are going to get a lot of links in this last 6.5, 7 days. We are. But I do genuinely think that what Spurs have got to do, I don't want to blame all Daniel Levy. I think what Spurs have got to do is get a proper director of football into this football club. Yeah. Lang is not fit. Let us know in the chat, guys and girls. Is Lang fit for purpose. I mean, what do you make of Lang's time at Spurs in the last 2 years?
I think Johnny, to be fair to him, nails it. He's vanilla, and he is, what do you call him? Magnolia. Like he has, I genuinely think I've seen more personality from like a bag of like digestive biscuit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he is the, cool. Oh yeah, but you got chocolate digestives. You're allowed. That's acceptable. Like he is the most, like you look at him and go, he looks like the person that I create on AI. Just generic. Like he has the most generic thing ever. Like I just look. I don't think there's a and there was always the red flag for me was when Villa let him go and they didn't bat an eyelid. That for me told everything. When we got him from Villa, they didn't sit there. They weren't sitting there going, "Oh my God, please, we can't lose you." Like they're not desperate to keep a hold of this bloke. Yeah. That was the red flag for me at the time, and he don't do it. I don't know what he does. I stand, but I don't know what he does.
I've just asked ChatGPT to create me a picture of a generic man.
a generic Scandinavian man.
Yeah, let's see. And also,
God, you're really up your game in this transfer window. God, like the start of the transfer window, you didn't even know what ChatGPT was. Nowadays, he's like all over it, like unbelievable.
Yeah, I've just said, and make the man Scandinavian. It's funny because the generic looking man they've given. Oh, do you want to see what the generic looking man looked like?
Of course, mate. Cool. We're here for this.
So this was the generic looking man. I have asked for a Scandinavian version, but share screen. That's the generic looking man they've given me, and I'll come back to this when ChatGPT has given me it's downloading a Scandinavian generic man. We'll see how close it is to Lang. But yeah, I've not been impressed.
Someone just said, "Is that Sean Butler?" It looks nothing like Sean, that guy.
What?
I mean,
there he is. There's our Scandinavian ChatGPT generic looking man. There he is.
How someone's saying that's my twin, looks nothing like me. Angus, get out of here, mate. Out of here.
Yeah. So he needs to be replaced, right?
Oh, 100%.
Any elaboration?
No. For me, sorry, yeah, apologies. So I thought you were going to follow up with something. But for me, I just want, do you know what I want at the moment? I want a director of football, director of football at this football club that we don't talk about every fight. Do you know what? I put our director of football and all of this. I want a transfer window where we don't talk about the hierarchy of our football club.
Oh, for sure.
Where we come in, I don't care who's in charge. Just sign me good football players. I don't care. I don't want this. Oh my God, this was a Don Paratici signing. Don't care. Oh, this was Johan Lang. This was Levy. This was Vinay. I would love a transfer window where we go, we're signing Savio. We're signing Eze. We're signing Paulinho on loan. We're signing Hincapie at centre-half. And we go, do you know what? What a window. Now let's enjoy the season. Let's hope the manager who is in place can take that. All we seem to talk about, and I said it earlier, we only talk about the hierarchy of our football club more than anyone else I've ever heard of.
There we go. Florian Plattenberger said Chelsea remain keen on signing Xavi Simons until deadline day. Chelsea are still waiting on offloads. So once Nicholas Jackson and Kunku and those guys go, expect to see Xavi Simons immediately. Harvey Elliott remains the number one candidate to replace Xavi Simons. By the way, I did just ask ChatGPT one more thing. Do you want to know what I asked him?
Tell me.
I said, can you draw a picture of what a man called Perchy would look like in your opinion? So they come back and said, I can definitely get the image for you. Could you give me some help? Age range, build, hair color, clothing. My response: mid-30s, Spurs fan, and a geek.
Geek.
And it's generating. It's
Oh,
generating.
okay, this is fine. This will be good.
Generating.
Cool.
It is. Guys, what are you all expecting Perchy's AI to look like? I would love it if it looks something like you. Look, I'll be honest, at this stage, for Champions League, for the squad building, I'm going and getting Harvey Elliott. I am. I'm not saying I don't want another number 10, but I'm adding Harvey Elliott. This guy, English, so homegrown, not that he's English, homegrown, experienced, but still at a good age, works his bollocks off. Yeah. Got that little bit of grit, bit of determination. I think it's a no-brainer. Oh, hang on, here's Perchy.
Here we go. Come on in. Bit harsh.
Yeah, there he is. There's Perchy. That's what it is. Guys and girls in the chat, would you take Elliott? Would you take Elliott? I know there were a lot of people that weren't sold on it, right? A few months back. But now we've failed with Eze. We've failed with Gibbs-White and Paz and Nkape apparently and Xavi Simons apparently. Now all these players are turning us down. Surely, who would take Harvey Elliott? What do you think of Harvey Elliott?
Again, I think you nailed it with hard-working midfielder that will give you everything if you need him there. Like, and he'll work those roles on what you need. Like, I just think we need someone like that. I'll be honest, it doesn't have to be Harvey Elliott, by the way. I know you've used him as the example. I'm at the stage, I think we just need to sign someone to just go, okay, we're back, we're still on the motions here. It sounds horrible because it feels like now whatever we do now is a panic, and it is a panic. No matter what anyone can dress it up as nonsense, but it will be. We need a player that we can go, okay, we can rely on you this year. You don't have to. That's true. He's not wrong though, is he? He ain't wrong.
Bang on.
But like, for me, do you know what the frustrating part? And it's a good point of what Ollie actually makes. I know it's said in jest, but he makes a good point. We never linked with anyone. We never linked with any players that you go, oh, that's a bit left field. Do you get what I mean by that? We don't look at a player and go, like, Frank, I'll use an example. We're never linked to an Esteval. I know we had the conversation about Esteval the other day. We're never linked to a player like Esteval where you go, oh, okay, young talent, heavy talent from Brazil. We're not linked with a player like that. We're linked always to what seems to be either a Premier League player or a kid. Like, it is literally A and B, right? You're either playing the Premier League or you're an 18-year-old kid. Like, there's no, we don't go to somewhere. You know my opinion. We don't go to somewhere like Bodo Glimt and go, do you know what we want? We've scouted him. We want Patrick Berg. Again, it doesn't have to be him, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, there's no off the cuff.
Yeah, we don't go, oh, we haven't scouted a Matoma, like, for example.
Pellegrini from Roma, just for example. Sure. We don't just suddenly go, Spurs have bid for Pellegrini of right. Oh, by the way, doesn't have to be him. I mean, there's loads of players. Listen, and as you know, I watch so much football, honestly. And I tell you what, this guy yesterday was telling me, you've never seen El Canous play. And do you know what he did to me? He did the usual. If he was English, you'd want him. Why do I give a fuck what country he's from? Why on earth do I give a shit that footballers are English? I couldn't give a monkeys.
Well, the irony is we've been talking about getting players from all of over Europe all summer, and we never seem to be linked with anyone from outside of English teams, right?
Yeah. By the way, Tyler Dibbling has just signed officially for Everton. For anyone that cares, I know that my mate Matt was very upset that we didn't get Tyler Dibbling. and you watch the first goal Tyler Dibbling scores for Everton will be, got him. He's amazing.
Are we playing Everton soon? Because it'll probably be against us. You just know it will be.
It will be, won't it? Yeah. Tyler Dibbling takes on 5 men in a mazy dribble and puts it in the top corner. Yeah, it's that person was a cross between Savva and Perchy. Saverchi, I think they call it. Saverchi.
That's what I get.
Yeah. Where are we with the chat? Let's see. Oh, there's another super chat here. Said Andy Lester said it's like Tattoo Gate all over again. Do you know what, Andy? The funny thing is, a big up. Andy's one of my members, comes on my member only shows as well. So big up to Andy. Do you know the thing about that is, I would have done it for a laugh if it had been kept at a laugh. But what people did was they took it so in a nasty direction. Like a flippant comment. It was just me and Jacob having a laugh, right? About, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get a Spurs tattoo if we win the Europa League. Oh my gosh. People making videos about it. He's not a man of his word. He's scum. And I'm, whoa. Like, whoa, what? Because it was mental. And you know, the funny thing about it is, if it had just been people going, come on, do it, I would have come on then, let's have a look. But everyone just had to do what they normally do. Go absolutely over. He's not a true man of his word. Imagine employing a man like Savva. Sorry, what? What are we doing here? Big up to you, Andy. Tattoo Gate all over again. By the way, guys and girls, stay with me. In 25 minutes, we will be starting the Spurs 5, episode 10 already, episode 10. So I'll be sending everybody over. You won't even need to move. Just send you straight over. And I'm sure people will have the game on in the background. So Spurs 5 loud with Liverpool and Newcastle in the background. Big up to everybody. Would I eat a dog biscuit for £500? I mean,
I think you would.
I mean, it's tiny. Look, it is tiny. Would I eat that for £500? Yes.
Yeah, if someone's giving you £500, yeah, surely.
And now I've got to give this to the dog because he's just going like that. So there you go.
God, this channel has just become nuts now. This has just become like some sort of like dare challenge. How much money can you throw at Savva to make him do stuff? This has just become that level of challenge. Can you
imagine if somebody dropped in a £500?
No, because I feel like someone might do. I feel like this could be one of those mental streams.
People, on a serious note, we laugh and joke, please. I'm not saying anyone would, but just don't. Angus, hope you're well, buddy. I know it's been a difficult week for you on a personal note.
Yeah, big up, man.
On an Arsenal note, I mean, I don't think your fans can complain really about your window now, can they? Zubamendi, Eze, Gyökeres, Mosquera, Norgard, Kepa, Hincapi maybe. I mean, your board has definitely put... am I right in saying that without Hincapi at the moment, they're at 250 million?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they spent big money. Like, them and Liverpool have spent big money this window. Look, what I will say about Arsenal now, and by the way, you know, I'm jealous. You've signed some players that I'd have loved at Tottenham. But Arsenal are now in that position where if Arsenal don't win anything this season now, serious questions have to be asked, right? Like,
sure.
There's only so far you can keep coming second, not win anything, when you keep spending loads and loads of money, right?
Oh, mate, absolutely. This is his last chance. He's got no excuse. Now, do I think Arsenal will win the league? No. But do I think they have to win the league with the money spent under Arteta in the last 6 years? Yes, absolutely they do. Does anyone... let's see. Does anyone here think Arsenal have a chance? I know we don't like them, but as our rivals, is anyone a little bit worried? Like, you know, in the recent years, I've not thought they've had enough to win it. Is anyone looking at this going, am they? Should they? Will they? I don't know. I'm just asking. I said I think City will win the league. But hey, not on the other day's performance. But look, I genuinely.
But I know I was just saying. I still thought Liverpool would win the league this season. I think they will go and walk it. No, actually, no, walk it's the wrong word. I said this could be the closest it's been for a while. in the pretense of there'll be 3 teams in that conversation, but Arsenal have put themselves definitely there. For me, I don't even think it necessarily is about Arsenal winning the league. I think they have to win something, because otherwise people will start going, at what level are you guys not winning anything now?
Listen, we talked about this guy yesterday. This is, if we're ever going to talk about the terminology of a no-brainer, this signing, homegrown, can play in multiple positions, scores loads of goals, gets loads of assists, would cost about 40 million euros. He is from London, right?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't understand, not just Spurs, by the way. I don't understand why no one's come in for this guy. I genuinely don't get it, mate.
Do you know what? You're right, though. I look at some of the big boys as well and going, they could easily be knocking on the door for someone like Ademola Lookman, though. I think he improves a lot of teams in the conversation, right? In the team. I think he improves him. Great football player, and he's one of those that I go needs an opportunity to come back to the Premier League and really take it. And do you know what makes me laugh? He's a sort of player that if Aston Villa start getting rid of small players, he's the sort of player that would go to Aston Villa and we go, why didn't we get him? Do you know what I mean? Like, he has that fit that will just go into a team like a Villa and go and do well.
Yeah, absolutely. Did I just read this right? That Deji's on the 12th Man podcast saying that we can win the league.
Oh, Deji, my guy. I love Deji. Deji's an icon, by the way. His video, by the way, his Eze video, was it Deji? Did the Eze? No, it wasn't Deji.
No, you're thinking of Tobes.
So it was Tobes. His video, fair play to him, man. But did you see Matisse? Did you see it on the Big Six? What Matisse done?
Go on.
So when they were playing Man City, and they do the watch songs now on the Big Six. So by the way, but they do now. Their stuff is brilliant, by the way. But he came in a t-shirt with Deji on that video saying, "Why always us?" You have to find it. I was like, "That's brilliant."
Oh no!
Why is it always us?
Wow!
Oh, that was amazing.
No, 500 of us give £1, and Savva is eating. Do you remember when Henry Wright did the chili on his channel?
Oh, the hot chip.
The hot chip, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't. I think everyone just quietly watched that in hysterics, by the way. That was elite. Very
good dad joke. I ate a dog biscuit and I felt rough. Very good. Very good. Yeah, listen. Again, let's talk about Savio.
Yes.
So this is one where they're all talking about it. So it's not like there isn't been contact, and we've had a few bids rejected, apparently. What on earth is going on? Like, we're hearing today that they'll let it happen if Man City can find a replacement. And again, that's the whole point of waiting till the last week of the window. Can you see this one getting done, Perchy? Or is this just another of a long line of embarrassments?
Do you know what would be quite ironic, though? It almost feels like if it gets done, the player we literally just spoke about could end up going to Man City as the replacement. Because in a weird way, you could almost see that happening. Spurs sign Savio, and then Ademola Lookman goes to Man City as their replacement. By the way, I don't think that will be the case. But the problem is I always hear this about replacements. We heard it about Eze. Oh, so he'll come to Spurs once they get. We seem to be the only club that this seems to be the narrative, right? Because he went to Arsenal and they haven't got their replacement in. He went to Arsenal, click of a finger, there was no replacement. So the problem is Spurs dilly too much on it. And almost what worries me, do you know what does worry me with this? It almost feels the longer a transfer happens, the less likely for me it happens. Like, for example, it's not like where I go, do you know what? I could almost see Isak going to Liverpool in the end of the window. Like, but for me, it almost comes across like the longer a deal happens for Tottenham, the less likely it happens. Whereas if it's a kudos, 1 week done in the door, or Gibbs, I know Gibbs was bad, probably a really awful example, but like you finally hear some news and then you hear he's coming to Tottenham now to have his medical. We need deals to be fast for them to happen almost.
By the way, people are 2 or 3 people have sent me that apparently a deal in principle has been agreed between Arsenal and Bayer Leverkusen. I don't know if that's true, by the way. I don't know if that's true. I'm live with you, so I don't know. But I mean, that would sum it up, wouldn't it? Not that they just go and get Eze, but in the same week they wrap up Hincapi. So 2 of our main targets this window, Hincapi for centre half and Eze for playmaker. Arsenal just nip in and go boom without it's. I get it, the football food chain, but it's
I've read because I've read they're getting rid of Kivior, aren't they? So he'll be almost a Kivior replacement.
Yeah,
so they're getting rid of Kivior, and now they're going to bring in Hincapi to, and that is just what. Do you know what's scary though? And I know we're kind of divoting on topics, but Arsenal had one of the strongest defenses in the league last season. They've gone and bought in 2 more defenders. Like it's crazy, isn't it? Like for a team that didn't concede many last time, now all of a sudden they're getting loads of players in, like at the back.
Yeah. Big up, Maz. Maz has been telling me for the last week or so that he's convinced we're not getting anyone, and I'm going, no, don't worry, we're definitely getting players. Is this going to be like an Andy Booth type moment? If anyone remembers when we signed Andy Booth on loan on the last day of a window, or Raziak, or Fraser Campbell on loan. Jordan saying, I don't believe Lookman is the answer. If we get him, hopefully he proves me wrong. Mate, why not though? Why not? This is a guy that's been standing out for 3 years now for Atalanta. Really, really, really good goals and assists numbers. And I mean, if we're talking about stepping up in a big game, the bloke scored a hat trick in the Europa League final.
Like, imagine if Brennan Johnson scored a hat trick at Bilbao, we'd be making statues of the bloke. If we're going to talk, do you know what I mean? Like, look, for me, Lookman for me, we said it earlier, no brainer, surely.
Savva, I like that Spurs fans don't think we'll win the league. It's understandable, but we will. The squad is complete. Liverpool got gaping holes in their squad. This is the season we win it. Okay, so you must be an Arsenal fan. Listen, I think you have to win it. I think the sentiment from every football fan that isn't Arsenal is like, your manager's got no excuse. You've probably got, unless Perchy tells me otherwise, the best 1 and 2 combo for goalkeepers in terms of your backup goalkeeper is Kepa. That's a bloody good backup goalkeeper, right?
Currently, right now, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as it stands, you've got Ben White and Timber who can both play right back. You've got Lewis Skelly and Calafiori who can play left back, and possibly Hincapi when he goes there as well. You've got Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel, and possibly Hincapi as your centre halves.
Yeah.
You brought in Zuba. You've got Zubamendi. You've got Rice. You've got Mikel Merino. You've got Kai Havertz, Saka, Madueke, Gyökeres, Odegaard, Norgard. Like, if you go and get Hincapi as well as this, you've got no excuse. That's a lot of money spent. That's over $1 billion, right? Have they spent 1.2 billion now or something like that since Arteta's been there?
It's way over $1 billion since Arteta's joined. Look, I think the key bit here, my man, I don't think it's anyone saying that we don't think we. It's not about we think or don't. Like, me and Savva, aren't the biased Spurs fans that you probably will think that we are. But for me, it's not about you have to win it. I think the key question now is you have to go and win it now.
Yeah, let's see. Because if they don't, or if they finish lower than second, which is where they finished the last 3 years, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
If you finish lower than second this year after all this money has been spent, Oh, he's going to be in for some, isn't he? Big up to Danny Kiriakou inside the house. Big up to each and every one of you. For the last 10 minutes, let's see if we can get those likes well over 500 people. There's still 800 of you in here, and we've only got 459 likes. Let's get those likes up. Let's get some comments in the chat that we can talk about for the last 10 minutes. There you go. Perchy, I was a few miles from Windsor on Saturday.
Oh, lovely. Should have come and said hi. Why didn't you come and knock by? I've got a big castle there, man. Big up to you.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, let's have a look at some here we go, super chat. Cartman for chairman. Love that. Love a bit of Cartman. What a great TV character that was.
I'd have him running our football club right now. Why not? Yeah. It can't be any more of a cartoon.
Yeah, absolutely. He has just said, or she, or they, or them, or whatever. I said Arsenal can win it this season. For me, I hope not. Yeah, listen, no one wants to see it. No one wants to see it because we don't want to be in the mud even more. You know what I mean? We don't. But big up to you. Thank you very much for the super chat. Savva, will a 10 and Solomon? Savva, we will buy a 10 and Solomon will be our left winger. I mean, if we start the season with Solomon as our left winger, you've got to ask questions about this football club. You absolutely have to ask questions about this football club. Why are people worried about what Arsenal are doing? They're our rivals, man. They're making us look silly.
Oh, it's having a chat. Our rivals. I don't think anyone's sitting there worried about it. I think we're just having the conversation.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? Sometimes if I mention Arsenal or Chelsea, people go, "Why are you talking about them?" Jesus, it's a football channel.
Yeah,
it's a football channel. We're going to talk about other clubs at times, you know. Phil saying, big up Phil Coys. Maybe he'd be over the line if we didn't waste 40 million on the bloke you were so desperate for.
How can Savio be the priority? Isn't that blocking Tell's progress?
Tell the Tell fan club.
The Tell fan club.
No pun intended, but telling that he's not getting games. Yeah.
I said this. He didn't come on at all. He didn't come on at all on Saturday. He came on for about 5 minutes on against Burnley or whatever it was. 10 minutes against Burnley. Says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, someone's saying, sorry, read that again, Savva. They said he's a Spurs fan. Oh, was he saying that Spurs are going to win the league?
Oh, no, get out of it. Get out of it. You're not. You know, is he on the wind-up? Please tell me he's on the wind-up.
Do you remember, well, it was only 2 years ago. Do you remember when Ange started with 8 wins and 2 draws? And
yes, I do remember that. We were streaming together at that point, yes.
Yeah, I refused to get on the Ange on the title winning bandwagon. Everyone get on board the winning the league train. And we looked really stupid. And fans are going to do that again, Perchy, because we've got some nice games coming up. And
I agree. We've got
a nice little we'll be right up there. And people are going to do that thing again. Going to win the league. People don't take fatigue, squad rotation, depth. They don't take these things into account. Just we're going to win the league. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah, like, you know, fans. The thing is I've got, you know, my thoughts. I've got no issues. If people want to say it, they want to look, but don't bemoan anyone else that doesn't want to just jump and say crazy stuff all the time. I think say what you want. No one's going to moan about it, but it's when people start slagging other people off for not just going over the top. That's when it becomes stupid for me.
It doesn't help when YouTubers go onto these panel shows and say things like Spurs are going to win the league, though. It really, because then I turn up on panel shows the next day and someone goes, so-and-so said you're winning the league. And I have to go, no. And they go, oh, you're not a real fan. It's, oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm not a real fan. Gallagher and maybe open another midfielder. Gallagher for Spurs? Or I saw that apparently Palace are looking to get trying to get a loan fee done for Conor Gallagher. I think that would be a great move for him and for them.
Where to, sorry?
Palace.
Oh,
Gallagher.
That's a good. If they can get, I'll tell you what, fair play. If Palace can get a Gallagher, I think that would do everything for them. I think that's good. That would be great business.
I think that'd be absolutely amazing. Let's get Mikatadze, another one. Another one. I don't understand how no one's gone in and got this guy. Another one. Leon, with all the issues they've got.
No one, not even Tottenham, but no one's picked this kid up. This kid's a good player.
Yeah, watch Arsenal hijack Savio to make us look silly.
I tell you what. If it happens, I'll be honest. If Savio ended up at Arsenal, we can't even be angry. You've got to laugh at that point. That's even in a more sadistic feeling, that's hilarious, right?
Shocking. It would be absolutely shocking. Claire, big up to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Said agree. Telling Gray, waste of money. They need a loan. Well, listen, Gray's not going to go anywhere. I can assure you of that because we've got no bodies. For me, if we were a proper football club, we would have done something like Douglas Luiz on loan, right? And stuck Gray out for a year to play. That if we were a proper club, we would have done. Look what Chelsea do with all their young midfielders. They all go out on loan, and if they're not good enough, they all get sold. Look, Chukwuemeka. Who's the other one that went this window? Midfielder. Chukwuemeka. The other one.
I know who. I know they had Bashir. The centre half went to Burnley, didn't he? Bashir Humphreys went to Burnley.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who's the other centre. They had Chukwuemeka and they had the other one. Can't think of his name. Somebody in the chat will help. But listen, that's what you do.
George was being linked as well. I can't
Tyler George was being linked away. Yeah, that's what you do. If you bring in someone like a Gray, you get him out on loan and let him play. But not us. Should we try and hijack Conor Gallagher? I mean, listen, I'd love to hijack Conor Gallagher. I just feel like at the moment we've got a lot more pressing issues.
Yeah, it doesn't solve the problem anymore at the moment. I think we're quite packed out in that sort of central midfield sort of position at the moment. I like Gallagher, but again, I just think you're almost getting the wrong player in for the sake of getting a player in at that point.
Yeah, listen, I'm a huge fan of Conor Gallagher. I just don't feel like. By the way, here we go. So they've got the Chukwuemeka, Ogachukwu, Dewsbury Hall. These guys are selling a lot of players. But do you know what I rate about it? Players come in, it's not quite worked out after a year and a half. Shift it on. No messing about. No, I'll give him another year. Oh, this player will come good. Oh, God, of course he will. It's like, as I said, the Papa Sarr argument that was taking place this morning. I won't say too much. I'm sure we'll talk about it tonight. But the Papa Sarr argument where I said, look, for 4 years, he's not really done a lot. Oh, you don't rate him. Like, well, hang on. Let him do it for a year. Let these performances we're seeing, let's get that for a year. And then my mind can be changed. But everyone wants everybody to have a fourth year, a fifth year, a sixth year. It's just all a bit too much, isn't it?
You don't get that opportunity at Chelsea. You either come good or you go. If you don't, and it's not. By the way, I know we're probably going to end the show in a bit, but I know with Chelsea, I'll end it on this bit. Was even with their academy players, if you get to a position at an age and you're not going to be breaking into the first team, cool, we'll sell you. And they don't just sell them for a couple of million quid. They're getting 15 million quid for Bashir Humphreys. Hasn't even kicked a ball in the first team. That's what Chelsea's standard is.
Yeah. No, listen, I completely agree with you. Look, I am going to, I've got one more super chat. I'm going to get a prediction for a couple of games from you. And then I am going to send everyone over to the Spurs 5. Big up to Cartman, who says, some positivity. We will sign 2 more players. Cartman, that's so weird. Mate, listen, I have no doubt we will sign a few. That's never been my doubt. My doubt is, what are the caliber of those players going to be with 1 week left? If Spurs pull off Savio and Paqueta, for example, or Akalush, I sit there and go, well, you took your time, but good. If they don't, hey, it is what it is. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Perchy, just before we go, Liverpool, Newcastle, Liverpool. Quickly, give me a score prediction at Newcastle.
I'm going to go Newcastle 1, Liverpool 3.
Newcastle 1, Liverpool 3.
Salah and Van Dijk goals would be lovely for fantasy football. Just all verts. Get some assists for me, please.
And Tottenham Hotspur against Bournemouth on Saturday.
I'm going to say away. We're playing away, aren't we? Do you know
Home.
what?
Home.
Oh, is it at home?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, because we've just played away. So, do you know what? Confident. I think we're going to win 3-0. I think 2 or 3-0, I think we'll win. I think we'll win comfortably. I think we'll be fine, I think. We'll get another clean sheet.
Hang on 1 second. Danny Kiriakou, my man, saying Akalush is a right winger. I mean, Akalush can play in the number 10 or on the right wing. Danny, I've seen him play many a game in the number 10. He looks brilliant. Honestly, this guy is quality. Listen, I'm going to end the show there. It's Perchy, thank you very much as always. Really appreciate you. Everyone else, I'm sending you over to the Spurs 5. Please, when you get there, just type in Savva Raid. I know that sounds weird because it's going to be my show, but it just does help so we know that numbers have come over. Take care. Really appreciate it. It's been a really good show. Really enjoyed it. And the next time Perchy and I do one of these, I'll be tanned after a holiday and the transfer window will be shut. So, as always, come on, you Spurs.